It's the Whitey and Chris Show, SA Bros.
Yes. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to SA Bros with myself, Whitey, and my brother over there on the other side, Chris. Chris, how are you, brother?
Dude, awesome. Finally, my gemmerbier is lekker. It's got a tingle to the tongue and the tonsils. So it's lekker, dude. And I'm looking forward to today's chat, dude. I'm list for a lekker lach. And actually having a chat with a guy that I know is just going to like break the internet tonight. I hope so.
Yeah, and Chester obviously brought his puppet with called Conrad, so I hope it's going to be a great show. So guys, we do have Conrad Koch and Chester missing live tonight.
The legend.
He's almost ready for us. He's just finalizing one or two more things. So quickly, Chris, tell me, what did you do today to stay busy?
Dude, I cooked a lovely meal for the family. Some chicken with rice and sauce and vegetables and all that other goodness. And for the rest of the day, I play games, man, on my phone and stuff. So I'm in the league with some, 3D sniper thing. And my boys are, we killing. We like the top oaks in South Africa. So I represent whenever I can. And we also got some oaks online already. Chris Swanepoel, welkom aan my. Donkey, Chris. And then Nikki, welcome, Takmo. She picks up quickly, dude. That's why ek sal kyk wat ek vir Nikki sê, want niks word verloor nie.
Oh, I think my feed just dropped. So I'm going to just fix my line quickly. As julle my net, yes, wat het nou met my kamera gebeur?
Ek weet nie, hy's gewaaid. Maar moenie worry nie, ek sal hierso met almal chat en alles. So guys, once again, thank you guys for supporting SA Bros. I know you guys have been the most diehard fans, man. In a time where I thought I'd never see anybody or people will, I'm surprised we still have interweb and everything. So that's a definite plus, and it allows us to have a chat and stuff to you guys. So dit is baie lekker om actually julle ouens te hê en met julle te kan praat. En die groot rooie is terug.
Ja. So ek probeer nou sien of Conrad reg is. Ek weet nou nie of hy daar is of nie.
Wel, terwyl ons wag, hoe was jou dag ou?
Nee, Paul, my dag, it was maar rustig and stil. Ons is live. So let's go over and welcome the man of the hour, Mr. Chester Missing. Chester, how are you, brother? Good evening and welcome to SA Bros.
Hey, Whitey, good to see you again, man. How's it going? Hey, Chris.
How's it, bud? How are you, man?
I'm great. I mean, I'm fine around here. I made out of latex. I can't get coronavirus.
Well, you know what? Since you can't get the virus, what have you been doing to like stay safe or like to make sure that Conrad stays safe?
Masturbating, Chris. Masturbating.
And tell me, do you masturbate Conrad or
don't be disgusting? No, the aunties redeployed me as a vibrator. Dude, it's crazy. I've been watching. I used up all my data, but because I'm with Vodacom, that lasted about 2 minutes on Netflix. Boom, it was gone.
So you never got to see that thing at the end of Netflix where it said, "Welcome and thank you for enjoying Netflix. You have seen everything now. Goodbye."
No, I didn't. I'm with Vodacom. I got to over.
No, that's definitely true. So, Chester, besides now that, how's lockdown been treating you? Have you been keeping yourself busy? Has Conrad looked after him? Have you paid him a salary just to stay alive? What's going on?
Oh, I mean, quite frankly, lockdown's fantastic, isn't it? Finally, we're seeing rules that we can all get behind. And neighbors are snitching on their neighbors for going jogging. And I say, good, those bastards must be where they belong, in jail.
Yeah.
For robbers, murderers, and joggers.
There you go. That's a capital offense in current South African lockdown. So 100%.
No, but I mean, it is great. Have you guys gone shopping yet?
I've gone once, and that was like right at the beginning. And for the rest of the time, my wife's been going, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You gotta like dance. That's the only outing you pick and pay to avoid all the other idiots who don't know how social distancing works. They come right up to your face and like, hey man, there's a virus, you fool. Very common. I'm just worried, are we ever gonna work again as entertainers? Are we ever gonna be employed other than on Zoom meetings?
But I don't know, because after all of this, the bars will, and entertainment places will probably be the last places to open, and then they first got to get some bucks together before they can actually pay us. So I know we're the first oaks to have like left the whole thing and fucked off, and we'll be the last oaks to like come back in again as well.
Yeah, that's what I reckon. I don't know. Our economy's it's so bad right now. I think rhinos are raising money to save us.
They're selling horns.
Truly bananas, man. It's
right.
But I mean, they're talking about 50% unemployment. Have you heard about that?
Yes, and it's actually growing and growing. It's actually
that's where it's headed. That's amazing. You need a master's degree to get a job as a car guard. I don't know.
Well, then maybe you can get Conrad a job.
No, don't be ridiculous. That guy is a bloody moron. I know that because Whitey booked him for gigs. I mean, the ironically named standing ovations.
So are you calling me a moron as well for booking another moron?
No, you're a genius. You just slipped up. But I mean, I just got to congratulate you on having the name Whitey in 2020 South Africa. You rock, my friend. It's hilarious.
And I tattooed it on.
Steve Hofmeyer's favorite second name.
There you go. Tattooed on the arm for life. Whitey.
No, just joking. I love you, Whitey. You do great work. But it has been hectic, man. Well done on you guys for doing this.
Oh, thank you, man. And listen, we got to say thank you for actually taking time out of your busy schedule, Chester, because I would never in my wildest dreams have thought that we'd be able to like have a chat with you. And just you being here, man, you've made my week so far. So thank you so much for like taking the time out of your schedule.
Great. Thanks for having me. Bye, guys. See you.
Oh, bye, Chester. Wow.
I'm joking.
Chill.
I told you I've got cell C data. I can only be on here for 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay, so we'll have to go quickly. Where were you born? Where did you go to school? Where was your first love? When was the first time you got drunk? And so on, so on, so on. You've got 4 minutes. Answer.
The answer to all of that is Bloemfontein. We're so broke right now. By the time we're done, we're going to find out that China owns Bloemfontein.
I'm sure China already owns 50% of South Africa. They bought us for 500 billion. Yeah, straight.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard about that Happy Island water park that was built last year in the beginning of the year. That was Chinese built. I actually worked for them. I did the entertainment there. So you see, they bought standing ovations.
Again, I didn't hear you properly. The what?
Happy Island water park.
Where's that?
In Muldersdrift, that big water park that they built, the Chinese.
Happy Island. Wow, it sounds like dirty things happen there. It sounds like where they make vibrators.
That's why
Happy Island. Oh, Whitey, touch me on my happy island.
And I think I did touch a lot of people on the happy island.
I'm sure you did.
they only hired him because they thought he was Godzilla or something. He's a creature from the beneath, you know.
Well, that's a very impressive beard you've got there, my friend. Very impressive. Maybe your beard could get its own show.
Yeah, well, there you go, like that. There you go, and the beard does the talking, eh?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I can't do that. What happens if I do that? Nothing.
Well, you've got a little bit. You've got a little bit of bum fluff on that microphone of yours. Just take it off and stick it on your chin. You look gangster.
Dude, I've got bum fluff right over here. Shut up, dude. It's not bum fluff, it's a Koch. It's a joke. Did you hear about the 40-kilometer fence along the Zimbabwean border?
No, I haven't.
No, they built a 40-kilometer fence to stop Zimbabweans getting into South Africa. The first reason that's funny is they're already here. And the second reason is that the Zimbabwean border is actually 200 kilometers long. So Whitey, I know you've never had this problem, but have you ever bought a condom that's too small? I'm joking.
It's because you're in lockdown, you're safe, huh? Am I right? That's
Yeah,
why you're doing your jokes.
the,
Oh,
it really is crazy times we're living through now, guys. It's really remarkable.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you touch your face, you might die. Have you guys been touching your face?
I've been
Whitey, I
touching
know
my
you
face.
touch your face.
I'm protected. I've got my mask here. Look there.
Oh yeah,
Mask.
that's true. It's built in. Yes,
Yeah,
that's true.
exactly.
That's
You like
just
you got Chewbacca giving you a. Oh my gosh, what fuck? I'm bloody broken, man.
Yeah,
You
we
wanna
see
swap
that.
with me? Do you want
You're
to
falling
swap? Yeah, I
apart,
wanna
Chester.
swap. I'm gonna go. You want this Koch bastard?
Listen,
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
Okay,
you can put him back on, please, man, because I don't know how much I'm gonna laugh.
Oh, I need to have a shower. These guys are no.
Yo.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's
How's
up,
it,
Conrad?
Conrad? How you, brother?
Yeah.
Did
Working
you
on
put,
my
your,
things.
did you put your boss to sleep there now?
Yeah. I'm coming back. No, you're not. No, yes, I am. No, you're not.
Dude,
Yeah.
thank you. I don't know how you like coping. Obviously, you got the best company in the world to like be in a lockdown with, because I don't know a lot of guys that actually can be alone and have so much company, you know.
I've got a good friend living in my head, a whole lot of them. It's fantastic. And also, this whole situation helps with the ventriloquism.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You won't see my lips move.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna
all
be
right,
the first show that I'm just gonna keep fucking laughing, dude. It's insane. Well, dude, just for me to try and kick it into gear, we've got a whole bunch of people that I know just want to like chat to you, and we're gonna go somewhere straight to this. Let's see, Claudia Whitman, you guys will have to go to the pub all day, every day. to what? Every day to hay their turnaround up so they can afford your entertainment. Okay.
We're going to attract people.
Yeah, man. And then Chris Swanepoel, Lachse Muraf. I was also Chrissy, and I was also Laching my Muraf. Away, Chrissy. Vergeet, how's it guy?
Yeah, I
So
think
no-
the guys can't ask too many questions just yet because Chester has broken their bones of laughter and so on. I don't know what the correct terminology is because I'm still fucking laughing as well. So excuse me, but it looks like the guys are having a lot of fun with Chester being there and everything. But yeah. So anyway, so Conrad, how have you been dealing with this whole lockdown situation? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was a big change, wasn't it, for everybody? You're like,
Yeah.
It's terrifying to think that if you go outside and you don't take precautions,
Yeah.
you'll die. And you know that and so starting with that, so there's an anxiety, an anxiety about not seeing people, and then just our industry. How do we reinvent what we do in a way that's accessible and makes it translatable? And then after a couple of days, it started looking pretty exciting because it's kind of what I do already with Chester Missing, obviously on ETV and ENCA for years. Already did the, as you saw now, you know, and then the crossover between TV and live. This now is the Baxter Theatre or Pretoria Theatre, so it's a really fun environment to do comedy. And so I built a whole new show called South Africa, Jack, but with status.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Junk
And
with status.
it sort of explains the political situation for people in a way that's accessible. It's Chester chatting to people, and it's got this, you know, it's just really fun to play with amazing social tension because people are terrified, which helps with comedy because there's actual risk for everybody. I mean, a global recession. And then, of course, the conversation to be had as South Africans. How do we reinvent South Africa? You know, South Africa is 50% of South Africa lives on 40 Rand a day, which is insane. And that's obviously a legacy of apartheid and so on. So it's really exciting that the basic income grants and serious consideration of social change. And at the same time, a lot of reason why people want to laugh. So that's the territory I live in. So to be honest, I'm enjoying it, but building a parachute as I fall.
Absolutely, man. And you know what? Like after doing a bit of research about you, I also realized that you've got a master's degree in social anthropology. So obviously, and obviously, you like see the bigger picture when it comes to all the political stuff, and especially now. I'm sure you must be having a field day with the shit you can write at the moment with all the cock happening now.
Yeah, it's bananas. And also it's crazy stuff going on. It is weird because the attention people had is that people are like, you can't tell jokes. People are dying. They died because you can't tell any jokes. Jokes are over till 2023, and it's still a load of cuck because the truth is people have already been dying, and a regular thing happens in South Africa. It's really terrible. Is that kids drown at school where they're in a lot of poor schools in South Africa. They've actually got pit toilets, like kids drowning.
Like a long drop, yeah.
There's one more famous case is Michael Komape from Limpopo who drowned. It was terrible in 2014. And so the conversation is now being had, and that allows. So on one level, it was a bit hard at first, but now people are ready, and it's so much. Stellan de Benny Abrahams, the Minister of Communication, remember she visited a friend.
Yeah.
Now suddenly is William Kieser, the Minister of Health, has got, experts. The only experts Jacob Zuma ever introduced to us ever were his lawyers. So
yeah,
it's such an interesting, and of course it's global. Donald Trump, we finally know how he turned orange, don't we? I think we finally worked it out. He drank Savalon.
That's true. That's true.
Well, dude, I can see our crowd's already like getting into this, and I think they're hitting us with like some of the coolest questions. This first one's from Lawrence van der Heef. He says, Conrad, your biggest performance ever, hands down. Tell us about that, please.
Hey, thanks. Great question, Lawrence. Wow. Well, it depends what you rate a performance as, right? Because of what makes it count. So the biggest show I've ever done was a live show where it wasn't streaming to the audience. It was 30,000 people for radio for Ligwala Gwala FM, which is it's sort of like the rural version of Metro FM. And that was crazy because I had to do half the show in really bad Zulu. And then the best show of my life, wow, I mean, there's just like the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal, Lawrence. You must see this place. It's Trevor Noah is there, Chris Rock is there, Dave Chappelle, and then you're on this lineup that gets broadcast around the world. And then, of course, Chester really, I was really humbled. It was incredible. I received an award from Ahmed Kathrada for taking on racism, and I received that in front of Cyril Ramaphosa, and then Chester did the show with Ramaphosa, Mr. Kathrada. Like, it just was this incredibly warm, optimistic, about the right attitudes type. So I've just had such diverse experiences. So it's hard to tell you, Lawrence, but great question.
Yeah, I actually remember you posted on your Facebook a picture when you were at the Montreal Comedy Festival. It was a couple of years ago, am I right? You posted a couple of
it was I think it was 2015. And it was amazing because I got a real sense of what's possible with what I do. There are not a lot of ventriloquists in the world. So people know Jeff Dunham. And, I haven't put out a lot of the content that I do, but my newer stuff is more similar. It sort of is most comparable to Jeff Dunham, not pretending I'm as good or whatever, but you definitely see that there's potential because there's just so few of us. So it's in the last 5 years, I've really built a global show, and I toured it around Canada, and I actually got the best management you can get in the UK. And I was going to Edinburgh now in August, and the whole world crashed. So I'm doing a show next week in London, but filming it here.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I've actually seen it. A lot of our entertainers, our musicians, have been doing, like we had Ross last week on Friday, and I think it is tonight or tomorrow night, he's doing a massive show for the people in London, wasn't it, Chris?
Awesome.
But also live stream with a bunch of other musicians where they crisscross over the feeds to
brilliant.
each other.
Global.
So yeah, exactly. So like even our little show, we've hosted people from Texas, from Los Angeles, California, Amsterdam,
Netherlands, everywhere,
Germany. So this platform that the technology has given us, this little plucky show of ours that we started 2 weeks ago, has already pulled an international crowd. So and going on what I just said, This is a question from Edzard. Hi, at Conrad. Have you ever considered a live stream comedy show similar to what Francois van Coke did last night? So,
Hey, yeah, actually, I've got a lot of things, and thanks for asking that, Edzard. That's a new name for me. I like it, Edzard. You sound like
yeah,
a
we call him Eddie still.
Eddie still, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's like totally. Of course, I'm used to doing it with ENCA. So, for example, at Nasrec, when President Ramaphosa, and Jacob Zuma left, and I was, it was just a huge moment of possibility with me. I was at ENCA, which I'd been at for years, but this time it was unfiltered. There was no editing. I was just on, and that gave me a real sense of the electricity of live. So I'm very used to this environment. So I've got a whole lot of things. I'm going to do my my show on race. It's called How to End Racism by Chester Missing. We're going to do that live and at different corporate things. Plus, I've got the show South Africa Junk, but with status. So like what Kone and Twaki also did last night as well, which was really a great show. So those two shows, plus I'm busy working on a weekly. I've been doing a lot of Facebook Live, and now I'm working with the pros to do like really big production company to do like a weekly Chester live stream political show where we interview some analysts but it's like this, but Chester running amok, but with serious debate. So the news is just, I mean, the vibrator joke with Jackson and Tembu. Tomorrow night I'm on Newsroom Africa, if people are watching, with JJ Tabani, but with Chester will be there discussing the news. But it's so much nuance going on within the ANC. Why are we not allowed to buy cigarettes? Not that I smoke, but it helps if you know that the ANC, the Zuma faction, the book to read is The President's Keepers by, his name just left my head, but it'll come back shortly.
Yeah.
And he talks about the way the Zuma faction, not all of them, but some of them received a lot of cigarette money, which Julius literally lives with an illegal cigarette manufacturer, as far as I know, allegedly. So I don't so there's and as soon as you stop being able to buy cigarettes, you create markets in the illegal market. So there's a lot of political shenanigans going on that are worth talking about. As well as the simple fact that the people this is hitting hardest are poor Black South Africans. So there's a race element. You can see there's quite a lot of racism going on. People being idiots. Someone called President Ramaphosa an ape. Like, what the F are you doing, man? And that's got a lot to do. As soon as people are under political and economic, especially economic pressure, we go into our little clans. That's how racism sort of gets exacerbated, or sexism as well. Ethnocentrism we call it, but we're like where you go into sort of tribalism type things is a product of not having enough money, so we have to gang up together to protect ourselves psychologically. And so and white people, we're a bit insecure in South Africa for no good reason, but we just are. So it's so much to work with. Sorry, once you stop me, this is freaking, I'll talk for a week.
No, it's cool. Well, you know what? Like, I know that you see the bigger picture, and obviously with Chester as well. Is there a line where you guys butt heads about what you think and what Chester thinks?
So you're asking me, is there a difference between the two opinions?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys ever butt heads about?
That's a really great question. So Chester exists as a foil to my opinions. So when I perform with Chester, it's Chester and I. Like if you read an essay or an article, there's a debate going on. So Chester, I'll go, I'm not racist, and Chester will go, nobody who is racist thinks that they're racists. Like the only way to be sure you're not an asshole is to be open to the idea that you might be one. And I'm not saying there's an asshole in this chat group tonight, but
there's two of us. Yeah.
So that we debate. So it creates this. The problem in the South African conversation is that we have extremes. You're either right wing or you're left wing, and the truth is a complex mix. So I try to represent both whenever I do my jokes, which sounds like a very intellectual way to do comedy, but it actually works out because people get to think about the idea. And that's why I use a puppet. I like puppets, but which is creepy as fuck.
Chicks dig it, huh?
Just by the way. Are you referring to Jock Poe's book, The President's Keeper? Jock Poe.
Yeah, Jacques Paul. Yeah. Really good book, really worth reading. As far as just how state capture actually worked, it's a really incredible conversation, and it makes you clued up about where the money went. What happened at SARS is mind blowing. So all the politics you're seeing happening now are a product of what came before. So Ramaphosa has more strength to act that he didn't have before, because it's kind of like with junk status on top of COVID-19, on top of a recession. Yeah. I mean, if this hole was any deeper, we'd be a suppository.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids will drown in it. That's true. But
Exactly.
listen, shit. Now I lost my train of thought. Now, Whitey, have you got another question?
Yes. I just saw that Chester was playing around on your lap. I'm not going to ask what he was doing there, but Richard Lloyd has a question for Chester. He says, "Hi Chester, do you have a don't go there line in your humor? And if so, what is it?"
Wow, Richard, that's a great question. Should we get Chester to answer his question?
Well, it's aimed at Chester, so if the little bugger is not running around,
are you ready? No, wait.
Yeah.
Hang on, he's trying to buy more data. No, we're going to be fine. Come, these guys are watching it. No, I don't want to be in the thing. No, it's Chris and Whitey. Come, they're cool. No, okay.
Come on, bro.
All right. I have a line I won't. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi. Okay. Do I have a line? Okay.
How's it, Chester? Yeah, we can see you, man.
Chris. Yes, you too. Do I have a line that I won't cross? Well, this sounds like I'm a Colombian. Do I have a line that I won't cross? Okay. Did you get that? Yeah, Google the joke. If you have data. And if you're the cells, do you know that they're tracking people who have COVID-19? Like you got it, then they track you with your cell phone. Do you hear about that?
I didn't know that. No.
No, they are. They're legally. I'm not even joking. The government will now track you and to see you're not moving around and connecting with people you shouldn't be. That's an issue with Cell C. Then they can't. No, the line I won't cross is this, right? In comedy, we have an idea called speaking truth to power. And I don't mean ESCOM. I mean as in, isn't load shedding a funny name? Hey, I love that name, load shedding. That's literally what you do when there's load shedding. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm joking. I'm sorry. But the truth is that what you do is you don't punch down, right? So I don't like laughing at black people's accents is something some comedians do. Because now the reason people sound funny to you in their second language is because our voice has been normalized by money and the media. So this accent sounds normal, but it's really weird. It's a strange thing to do. So I don't like if a man laughing at, those chicks, those women, those chicks, are you gay? And the truth is actually just shitty comedy. It's easy to do. It's just much easier to make rich people laugh at poor people, which is what you're doing when you laugh at someone's accent often. Laughing at a French accent isn't as funny as a stereotype of a Zulu Xhosa or a stereotype of what the so-called colored accent. So it's just this complex question. Lloyd, it's complex. I can't answer it in 3 seconds. I'm sorry. I just don't have time for
this. and tell me, Chester, like I've been watching comedy my whole life. I'm a true comedy fan. And one thing that I have noticed worldwide, and maybe you can shed some light on it, is black comedians joke about being black. And it's like almost frowned upon if a white comedian jokes about being white. Can you shed some light on that, man?
No.
Okay. To the point. I gotta love it, Uncle.
How do I answer that question to a guy called Whitey? Okay, let's. No, it's a very simple point. You can joke about being white as long as you understand what it means to be white. And I think a lot of people don't. And it's not your fault. It's just we never, what racism is like. Let's just understand what racism is like.
Tell me.
Racism is something we learn from our parents. So when you see a kid in Crocs.
Yeah.
Like you're in there in East Rand Mall and there's a little kid in Crocs and it's tragic. You want to phone social services. The little bastard is wearing Tupperware on its feet. Shame. Now that little kid, it's not its fault that it's wearing Crocs. Its mother made it wear Crocs. And it has to carry that shame for the rest of its life.
Yeah.
That is what racism is like. It's not your fault that you became. Well, we're only judging you if you're still wearing Crocs. And some of us have got those Helens, some of us are sneaky. We wear Crocs at home and put on nice shoes when we go out, like we do with racism. Some of us have those cool new Crocs, the ones, I mean, that actually look like shoes. And only when I get to know you, now, holy crap, those are Crocs. I call those Zilla Crocs. So that's the issue is it's not about, you can joke about being white. I mean, this Conrad here, he's got dandruff. Did you see? He's got so much, he's got dandruff. It's like the white privilege is trying to escape. So there's a joke about being white, like in our show, my show on race. I talk about the fact that he's from Rondebosch. You guys know Rondebosch?
Yeah, in the cop.
Rondebosch, yes. If Rondebosch was a sound, it would be.
That is so true. It's exactly
what the sound you make if your cheesecake is stale. And those bastards in Rondebosch are arrogant. That's why Afrikaners got put in concentration camps, because they think they're not racist. That's why they put UCT on a hill, so they could learn to look down at everyone from an early age.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you can talk about being white as long as you know which direction you're punching in. African Americans talking about being black is talking about an experience that comes from slavery and comes from, being oppressed for generations. So it's a totally different tone. And it's not that it's politically correct. It's just understanding. Don't be an asshole, man.
True.
My sunglasses are askew. I can't reach, and I don't want to touch my face because I might
get Chester just to touch the frames for you, man. I'm sure Chester can sort you out.
Conrad must
Conrad, sorry, Chester.
Yes, come back. What? I'm not gonna no, come back. Get off your knees, you dirty man.
Oh God.
What's he doing on his knees?
Now we are together. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
It's literally like a Skype call with Whitey. I know.
Sort his glasses out. Don't touch his face, man.
Yeah, you got that. Now, this next question we've got, Conrad.
Help! Oh,
yes.
Whitey.
There goes Chester. Oh, shame.
I'm not going to ask why he's calling out Whitey when you do that. That's really special now.
Yeah, let's leave that one for now, Chris. It happened in the East Rand and Brockpan at the comedy club there. We'll just leave it. Were
you wearing Crocs?
They don't make Crocs in a Sasquatch size, dude.
That's hilarious.
Dude, I solidly love Chester, and I love the way he's found a way to get some stuff across that I think half the stuff he says, if it had to come out of the face of a human being, it would have been totally different. Yeah, it would have crashed hard. But the way he comes across, I know you can hear me, Chester, and I've got to give you props, man. You stand up for everybody, and I love you, man. Thank you so much, Chester.
You know what he said? Shut up. What are you doing? Watching porn. Porn for puppets. Oh yes, puppet porn.
2 socks.
Is it Sesame Street
porn? Whitey, shut up.
I was about to say Sesame Street porn.
Oh God,
Mrs. Piggy, what that thing's called? Piglet, Mrs. Piglet, or whatever.
Mrs. Piggy, yeah.
Mrs. Piggy.
Well, you know what? I think this is the first show I've cracked up that I go doof afterwards. And normally I can't shut up. I can't stop asking questions. But I've given. God, Whitey, please whack us with a question there, please, bro.
This one is from Kenneth, Conrad.
Thinking of Crocs.
Yeah, let's leave Crocs alone now. He wanted to know, what is your biggest dream? So if you can, it's probably a bit of needs a bit of elaboration, but yeah, what his question is that.
Well, to be on a live stream show with Chris and Whitey, this is my moment.
That's it.
Legend.
There you go, Kenneth. A question answered. He's reached the pinnacle of his career, so you can retire, bud.
It's only downhill from here.
I can retire. No, Whitey, we had to retire. Coronavirus. If coronavirus retired us.
Yeah, absolutely. And it did it so quick, man.
Yeah.
Before it retired the rest of everybody, it retired all the artists and systematically just, they started at the top. I'd like to. Everybody normally thinks that we the scum of the earth. If you're not a world famous freaking musician or artist, like I've dated chicks where I go to a father and I go like, I'm a professional musician, and he goes like, okay, so you unemployed? It's obviously you're not made for my daughter. And it's funny how everything has just gone from the top down. Like first it was musicians and guys, and then it was like business owners and stuff that everybody had to go like, okay, we got to get out of this now. It's scary.
Monte
Yeah,
Casino. Will there be a
Yeah.
Monte Casino by the time we're done? Will there be a kind of the waterfront, like places where we go work? Will they exist? And but it's like the guy who made ice. There was a guy.
Ice?
You know the story of the ice, where a guy used to, back in the 19th century, a guy used to go to the north, to the pole, and he used to get ice, and I used to get a mura thing of ice, and then a train, and put it on a boat, and by the time I got back to, city, the big western cities, a lot less ice, but that's how you got ice. And that guy's really upset when some other dude invented an ice machine. It's one of those moments, and we just have to go, what can I do that fits into this world order? And I mean, the streaming software like this, StreamYard, Ecamm Live, OBS Studio, there's amazing things are possible. We just have to reinvent ourselves, and that's scary, but it's also kind of fun. I mean, look how much fun we're having now and how personal this is, as opposed to just having someone shout jokes at you.
Yeah, exactly. Chris actually mentioned this a couple of years ago before this nonsense happened, that him and myself must start something like this. But running Standing Ovations Entertainment, all my pubs, running Wackets Comedy Club, there's no time for something like this. And suddenly you get thrown behind bars, your own house, bars, lockdown. You need to, and like you said, well said, you need to reinvent yourself. And we are. We are now in our third week with this program, where we've had a lot of big names already on the show. And there was even a character created on SA Bros. You must go check it out. Her name is Sarah, who does a review the next day of the interview of all of what Chris and myself did. It's very funny. She's a 6'8" Dutchman girl with a beard similar to mine, but you can't shave it because the blade.
Listen, you're telling it wrong, Whitey. You know what?
Okay.
We found her in a cave, and we kind of taught her how to speak. Remember that? Yeah. So we kind of made her almost human. Although I doubt that her DNA is anywhere close to humanity or anything. But you'll check her. She's on SA Bros and stuff. So when you're done, don't let Chester see her. If he sees her, it's over. But that'll be the true love. Even if it's not gay, or you'll find true love in this Sora chick, and I think you'll find some of the most amazing jokes also on her. But dude, obviously, okay, as artists, we also able to adapt and overcome, especially comedians, being in the environment where some days your crowd is just like dead, and you've got to find a way to like trigger that. And I'm sure that you as a comedian now have also had to be being at home. This is the same thing. It's like it's dead out there, and you need to like find a way to like get it going. Are you doing anything else? Obviously you like sorting yourself out now with major broadcasting companies or some production companies that's going to help you out, and you are connected. But what else are you going to do to like so we can see more of Conrad and Chester, man?
Yeah.
So it's really simple. Thanks, man. So, what I'm doing is I'm tiering it from everything from proper paid shows like you'd go see at Monte Casino when I do my show at Peter Turin's theater there, or right the way through to free live stream like we're doing now. So on the one hand, watch out on Chester Missing's Facebook page, Mr. Chester Missing. That's at Mr. Chester Missing, or there, thank you very much, Twitter. And I'll use Instagram as well, but mainly those two. And then we're going to have a show that'll be like Chester streaming, just talking about smack about the week, which I've done on TV. But what's nice in this environment is you can get away with a lot more. It can be a lot more fluid. There gets a lot more engagement with the actual audience as opposed to TV. You just push it out. So that through to live shows where you can watch me like a theater thing where I'll put up a thing saying, and just to show how to end racism will go up soon. In the next week or two, I'd say. And then, of course, the next one, which is great for everyone. It's not a lecture, you're a bad show. It's engaging. And if you don't know how do we fix this, man? This thing keeps coming up. How do we freaking deal with it, man?
Yeah.
It's a show that asks the questions. It's ironically called How to End Racism because I don't think I have those answers. And then, of course, on the other hand, there's more like corporate work that I'm really exciting. I'm doing a thing called 15 and 30 with Chester Missing. And 15 and 30 with Chester Missing is Chester does like if you guys go to YouTube and just go look at his political interviews, it's bananas. Go look for the one with the EFF at their manifesto launch.
I was checking that out just before the show, yeah.
Really fun. So this show that I'm going to do for corporates and organizations will be like Chester interviewing your boss, and there's an awards, he'll interview the winners, but he asks them because this isn't like a live a stage show. Now he can ask you one-on-one, like a Skype call. How's your banana bread game? Like, is your husband and like, are you like killing each other yet? Like, who has to do the shopping? Who forgets to wash their hands when they get up? Silly questions that have a little bit of fun. Who here bought too much toilet paper? That's the big thing, isn't it now? Yeah. Oil was worth nothing, but toilet paper. Some of us have enough toilet paper for the next pandemic. So that and that's 15 and 30. So there's a whole range of places, if you follow me, that are this is content bananas.
You know what, Conrad? I think what'll be a great question is, since we're on streaming platforms and stuff, a lot of people can hide behind a persona on a let's say a chat. And do you think that you'll be taken on, or just?
It's disgusting when people hide behind personas.
Well, do you think personally, like obviously some guys, it's easier to attack a guy because some people just get offended by absolute shit, and on a social platform, it's a lot easier to just go, you know what, fuck you, you're talking shit about my people, or you're talking shit about other shit, and you're making jokes about people dying and stuff. Do you see a different way that comedians and entertainers are going to like approach this whole streaming thing?
And if you've had a lot of very political content, then we're already aware of how to deal with this. So it's really just a small shift sideways. Firstly, people who troll you on social media are normally freaking idiots because they didn't understand what you were saying. So the clearest example for me is with the Steve Hofmeyr trial. Steve said, and I'm paraphrasing, black people deserved apartheid, which is unfreaking forgivable. That just go to hell, dude. Yeah. So you can't let that. So Chester took him on about it, and then Steve tried to convince people it's about the fact that he's Afrikaans. It's just no. Afrikaans people are way more grounded and South African than English-speaking people, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
We're arrogant assholes, and that's why Afrikaans people got so oppressed when we came here, because we thought we're some kind of special kind of white in this hierarchy bullshit thing we got going. So what happens is people are disingenuous, and then they act like they say a little. They're idiots. So the only way to deal with trolls is to block them or ignore them. You don't engage. If someone clearly is trying to screw with you, but people who are going, no, but bro, I like white privilege. That's a really hectic thing, gets people a bit riled. And I worked hard for my life, but people actually care. They don't have to agree with you, but they can at least listen to a fair conversation. And it's pretty easy to discern those people. These streaming, you do get the comments, but I'm much funnier than they are, and I know that's pretentious, but
it's so true.
They're in because if they're too stupid, some people are just too stupid to know they're stupid, and you have to know, no, that's just a moron, and just keep walking. And some people challenge you and say something you actually needed to hear, and as a comedian, I work at staying humble enough to hear when that moment happens.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, that's well said. That's well said.
It's so nice of you to say that. So nice, so humble.
Here's a good question from one of our regular viewers, is Kenneth. He says, Conrad, who do you still want to meet in your line of work?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, obviously, Kenneth from you know, for the TV interview stuff, I'd love to do like interview some UK politicians. Imagine Chester interviewing Boris Johnson.
Oh
Yo.
my God.
I don't know what you say that we want, you know. So that kind of thing. And then from a live point of view, wow, you know, the top sort of social commentary acts like a Frankie Boyle. I'd love to work with Frankie Boyle and John Oliver. You know, I love what John Oliver does. But really, I'm getting the satisfaction I want already, because doing this kind of interesting work where it's about issues, I find it incredibly satisfying. It's a bit, I don't. Something I hate about this job is to do it, you have to be famous, and this fame comes with an ego. Kind of people turn into dickheads, and
Absolutely.
I don't want to be a dickhead, even though my name is Koch. So working that out's a bit of a weird territory, but good question.
Yeah, awesome question, man.
Yeah. So no, that's brilliant. So listen, Conrad, besides now what you have told us that you're gonna what's coming up and so on, what can you see after this lockdown? Because us as entertainers and pub owners and restaurant owners, it's gonna last for us the longest, because no gatherings, no this, no that. Yes, we've got our live streams and everything and so on, but we still crave the live audience, the 30,000 people, the 10,000 people, the 10 people in the comedy club. What are you planning ahead to do when it's eventually over for us as entertainers? What do you see yourself doing? Is there plans for
I'm sitting ready to go globally. I mean, I have a really great international kind of ventriloquism fun show. And this show on race is also geared for that kind of more social commentary market of Edinburgh Festival. So it's all ready to go. For great management, McParren Worldwide. So it's just a matter of being able to travel and being able to go do the shows. So at the moment, I'm just exploring kind of more intellectual side with the race stuff and so on. And as soon as lockdown ends, I'll be out there, around the world. I'm really excited about it. There's so much to talk about.
All right.
Absolutely. And I'm sure,
I think as entertainers, we have to think about how people will be. I mean, that's like, it's an intro to my new show is how do we exist in a world where anyone is either broke, unemployed, or has too much toilet paper? So
that's going to become a currency, toilet paper.
Dude, it's going to be traded on the stock exchange. Toilet papers trading at 500 Rand to the dollar on the NASDAQ, the NASDAQ.
Okay, this question is from Eddie again. He said, would you consider adding another puppet personality to the mix? Do you want to tell him, Conrad?
Eddie, watch Chester Missing's feed on any platform. I'm going to be posting an hour-long show that I filmed and was actually holding back. This one I've been touring, but because where we're at, it's called Puppet Guy, and you'll see all my other characters. I've got the freaking awesome. I've got a DJ puppet that I make out of a hoodie, and I put my feet in the sleeves of the hoodie, and the hood becomes the puppet's face, and then I have an iPad with a sampling app on. I'll show you briefly. An iPad with a sampling app on. So
I actually think I've seen you do this live.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So this is if you're just a little bit of quiet. This is the kind of thing he does. Is like, oh wait, the volume. Can you guys hear that?
Yes,
we can.
So then he'll be like, "Hey, Jacob Zuma, why'd you build in Kandla?"
And
so there's that, an ostrich I make out of feather dusters, a mosquito. I do Snapchats on a projector. I get my phone, and then I put someone in the audience, get someone out of the audience, and I get their face on Snapchat, and you can change faces so they look weird, like, and then that goes on a screen, and it's like 6 foot high and on stage, and then I make them talk using Snapchat. So I'll put that all on my stream. Great question. For now, I'm focusing on Chester, but I've got a really fun show. It's a multi-character sort of extravaganza.
We listen. This hour came to a finish really quickly. We got like 10 minutes left, but shit, man.
Here we go. Yes.
Fuck. Dude, I've seen a lot of shit with hands, but fucking you're on the next
That's
level.
my
And
job, Chris.
that is your job, my brother, and you do a fucking amazing job at it. You are. There's a reason why you are where you are, my brother. And you know what? I want to see more, and I can't wait to see what else you know what, with all the political shit at the moment going on in South Africa, I can't wait to see what you and Chester come up with. And my brother, fucking keep at it. You bring joy to big children, and I know that one. You bring big joy to big children, and I've got to tell you, thank you so much for giving us your time. And I don't know whether Chester still wants to come and say goodbye.
Say
And
goodbye. Let me see if I can get it. Okay.
Please,
okay.
man.
Oh my gosh, what were you doing? I was reading the Daily Maverick. Oh. Okay, bye guys. Bye. There. Wait, he's still there.
Thank you for joining us,
Almost
Chester.
now legend. I don't know what he said. Okay,
Sorry,
bye, Chris. I love you
take it
guys.
back.
Get bigger earphones, Chris. Those earphones aren't big enough.
I'll get bigger ones. Thank you, Chester.
What brand are they? Whitey.
They white privilege Sonys, man.
Yeah, they're white
Oh,
privilege
yeah,
Sonys.
Thank you, Chester. Well, dude,
Yeah.
Conrad, thank you so much, my brother. And you know what? Be blessed. Hopefully, I know you will be a great success internationally. You're already representing South African in on every stage in the world. So big up. You've got all our love and all our support. Keep it going, my brother. You just made my nuts out.
I love you, bro.
I had to smoke Zol to get lachis like that. Way fucking back. So thank you, man. Look
Cheers,
after
you guys.
yourself.
Bye.
Cheers, man. Bye.
Bye. Yo.
Dude, ek het nou my hol geskeer. Ek het
Dude, jy het gefokke breek daarso. Dit was kaksnaak. Dit is Warwick daar sê. Kyk wat skryf Warwick. Die ou is kaksnaaks. Lekker lag Chris. Jy het nie gesien nie, maar ek het vir 'n sekond jou op die skerm gesit soos die, want jy het so lekker gelag en ek kon sien hoe jy daar in 'n hoekie sit en breek.
Want ek try nie op die mic lag nie. Ek begin amper huil. Bro, what a legend. Fucking the amazing ou. En elke karakter wat hy maak is mind blown. Ek weet, from SA Bros and all our supporters, I know we love you, Conrad, and all your characters. And dude, ek wens hom net die beste. Ek kan nie wag om te sien al die kak wat hy nou op sy platforms en so gaan bring. Oor al hierdie shit nie ou.
Yesterday. Guys, and just a reminder to please like and subscribe for more great entertainers and people coming on that we're going to subscribe, get onto the show. So as we are doing, like
and subscribe.
Now, just to give you guys another heads up again, tomorrow we have another legend of a comedian, the godfather of South Africa comedy, Mr. Mel Miller.
Oh my God. The guy with the dirtiest mouth. Listen, put your kids to bed early. And if you are offended by shit and people swearing and talking loads of cuck, don't listen. Get all your buddies to listen, because that man has got the foulest mouth and he's going to say it like it is. I love Mel. Mel is born now.
Yeah, and I've been working with Mel al for jare, and it's always been so funny watching him, and so I'm so glad he's going to be on air with us. And then to end the week off with is Darren Moore. Now, Chris, jy
I'm
gaan
still
weer
cracking up with the fucking hands, dude.
ja, what the fuck in die pompery en yummy.
Oh, fucking genius, dude. It's not the same. Fuck. Okay, cool. Well, Whitey, My bro, ek kan freaking love it. Ek dink ons het 'n amazing show gehad vanaand. And you know
Yeah.
what? With guys like that, it's easy to do this for you guys just because they are on another level. They are
Yeah.
who they are and where they are for a definite reason. We love them. You love them. Keep supporting us. We'll make sure you guys get the best.
Yep.
And fucking keep it going.
And remember to catch Sarah's review of tonight's interview tomorrow around lunchtime. She's going to probably break herself. She'll have to drink a extra soppietjies om net te kalmeer. Chris, jy gaan fokke breek daarso, vriend.
Sorry, ek kan nie eens meer praat nie, bro. While that dude's talking, I like lose my chain of thought because the cunt says. Firstly, when Conrad talks and speaks, it's like you realize, okay, this guy sees a bigger picture. He knows what he's talking about. He's not just stupid. He doesn't wear Crocs and cuck. He's fucking smart.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the cock he does, you're like, okay, that shit's actually going on in that head too, and that's the beauty for me. That's what makes it fucking crazy. It's total yin and yang.
Fucking moed. Daai klatspluit het gegly. Ek gaan hom nie weer sing nie. Anyways, guys, gaan aan.
Ja, ek's klaar, dude. Ek kom en sê good night. Ek weet almal het hierdie show enjoy. Ons hoef nie baie kak te praat nie.
Thank you guys.
Salute.
We will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Take care. Bye.
Well, goodbye, everybody. From SA Bros.